Oh, that's pretty cool. I don't know. I'm just trying out this green screen. Let's do none of those. Hey there. Hey there. Hey there. Why is this? Turn that off. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's happening? What's happening? How is it going? Isn't God good? The Lord is so good. The Lord has been so good. Join in real quick. I missed prayer yesterday. I missed y'all yesterday. I lost like 6 subscribers. I don't know why. I think it's kind of dumb to like unsubscribe. I don't even know if they did it on purpose, so it really doesn't make me a difference. I had to make a choice yesterday. Either be late to the preview day, or be on time for the preview day and miss prayer and make up for it later. So I elected to be there on time. I was there early, and it was a pretty cool experience. It was a really cool experience. I should have vlogged it. That's why I'm terrible at vlogging. Because I won't pull out my camera. I just feel weird when I pull out my camera to film. But maybe I'll get more comfortable with it. And there's a couple things that I've been thinking about. I've been thinking about moving the podcast to its own channel, because it's so hard to get people to watch from this channel. And maybe I should look for like a whole nother audience that is looking for the content that I make. So I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about creating. I have the Soul Fuel channel that's already created. I'm just thinking about posting like new episodes to this new channel, the new Soul Fuel channel. So, and maybe I should call it the Soul Fuel Podcast. Actually be a channel dedicated to the podcast instead of putting it on to the channel that I always tell people to subscribe to, which it's just a thought right now, but I am thinking about it. Just if anybody's wondering. So, but I have a great plan going forward. As I am committing my works and my plans to the Lord, I'm prepared to make some different moves in life. It's time to really, I don't like to use the word hustle, but it really is time to hustle. It's really time to pick up, because I realize a lot of the reason why I am not where I want to be is because of my drive. My drive. I've had drive for church and ministry, but not enough drive in business to be able to have what I need to be more effective. I think this is what seminary has shown me, and what this new business that I started with my wife has shown me, is that you have to be driven. And I believe it was 2023 or 2022 the beginning of 2023 when or maybe was it? No, the beginning of 2023, we had, hello, Jerron, we had a sermon series titled Drive. I don't know if anybody remembers that, but we had a sermon series titled Drive. And yeah, I really need to go back to that. And I really need to continue to, of course, I'm staying in the Word, but I also need to read books outside of it, from people who have that mindset, who has developed that mindset, right? And put some of those things into work, as long as it doesn't oppose the Word of God. I am ready to go to the next level. I'm ready to go to the next level, and I'm willing to do what it takes to go to the next level. So with my decision of serving the country, to serving people in business and what I do and what I'm getting ready to do, I am willing to do whatever it takes. I'm willing to do whatever it takes. I'm tired of the unnecessary struggle. I believe sometimes we struggle for no reason. We struggle because we don't do everything that we're supposed to do. And I say this all the time in the messages, even the message now, moving the stone. You have to move the stone of the feeling that the struggle that you're in is not able to be overcome, but you can overcome it. And that's why I'm saying I'm ready to put forth the effort to push past like basic or just enough. I want to do more. I need to do more, especially in business, so that it would open up more doors to do ministry at a higher level, because giving in our ministry is like at a all-time low. It's almost like, I might as well, I almost don't want to do offering time no more. It's that bad. But we keep pushing, because if I had it, I would donate it to ministry, not even looking at it from the perspective of me being the one that is sowing all of it and then it's coming back to me. No, it's not. It's actually going to the church. It would be going to the ministry. And so I say all that to say, the title of this video, the title of this live, is for to kind of like share my thoughts on visiting DTS, Dallas Theological Seminary. And I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the tour of the campus. I enjoyed the people. There are like so many people that travel abroad to come and check out that college. I've heard a lot about it from like some of the top preachers, some of the best preachers come out of Dallas Theological Seminary. And I realized that I was struggling between which program to look at, which program to do. And I was drawn to the counseling portion, and they offer the ability to do clinical counseling as well. So it would be effective counseling in church and effective counseling, the ability to counsel in the world, right? To be a counselor, a Christian counselor. And I want to do that, but I feel like I want to also do theological studies. So theological studies, they teach you preaching, right? There is preaching 1, preaching 2, preaching 3 class, and I really do enjoy preaching. However, I would like to be a little bit more disciplined. I would like to be more disciplined, and I would like to know more ways of studying the word. Even I like the biggest thing was school. The reason, and I wouldn't say that you have to go to seminary to be a pastor, but I think to be well equipped or to be a preacher, but I believe to be well equipped, you should do whatever it takes to do so. And so I used to kind of be against seminary in the sense that I felt like it could take away the spirit out of the word, and therefore you become a person that is caught up in academia of the word instead of the spirit, which I believe there's room for all of it, especially after understanding what their concept is and after seeing what DTS does. Like, they have chapel every, I think, Tuesdays and Wednesdays. They have chapel. So you go into chapel, it's basically a worship service on campus in the newly built chapel, which would be an amazing building to replicate for Creation Church. I think it would be really, really dope. I think it seats about 500 people. It's not too big. It's not old. I think they built it. It's like 4 or 5 years old. They started, actually it's about 3 years old. They started building it after COVID, 2021, 2022. And so it's a pretty amazing little space. And they had worship, they had like announcements, and then they had announcements, and then they had worship. They did a fast song, and then they did a slow song, and they had the words up on the screen. It kind of felt good to be in a church setting or church environment. And I think the difference between DTS and all the other schools that I heard about, never really visited, so I can't really give an accurate review of these other schools, but I do know that Dallas Theological Seminary is a little different. It's a little different because they pray before class. I don't know if we didn't pray out of class, but when we had a sample lecture in the God and Evil class. It was an apologetics class, I believe, and I thought it was super dope. I'm not gonna lie, I got a little sleepy because I had went to bed a little late, and got up early. But I was a little tired in there, but it was a very rich lecture. I think for about 30 minutes, 35 minutes. It was amazing. He talked about, and what's funny is that everything that he explained or talked about, how the very early conversation that was had about 2,700 years ago, the Epicureans were people who asked a bunch of valid questions. If God is so good, then why does he allow so much bad, right? If there was this understanding for those really the early atheists, honestly, whether it was like Epicureans, who said, okay, if because there is evil, there is no God, right? And these are some of the things that they were saying in some of the texts where he explains November 1st, 17 something. I think it was called the Saints' Day. And so I learned some things that I think I heard of before, but didn't quite really understand. But I learned about St. Patrick's Day. So St. Patrick's Day it's based on a figure who was a Christian who was taken out of his land and basically brought into slavery, and then he gets free from slavery, and then he goes back to the place where he was a slave, and he preaches the gospel, and he does um the work of the Lord, which is, it's an amazing, pretty amazing story that I didn't know. I didn't know anything. I didn't know anything about it, right? I had no clue. And so I was like, oh, that's really dope. So I learned that. It was a very in-depth half of a lecture. He didn't give us the whole thing. It was just a sample. So we had a chance to sit in that. We had a chance to see the bookstore. We had a chance to see, that they're celebrating, DTS is celebrating 100 years of teaching the gospel. And so there have been they have historic buildings around there, academic buildings, and the bookstore is amazing. Um, it's just, it was a lot to look forward to. It's probably like that college experience that I probably should have had early on, but I didn't do it because I think seminary, I really frowned on seminary because I never wanted to become a preacher. I never wanted to be a preacher. I never wanted to do what I'm doing now, because I don't do it for money, and I don't do it to be seen. I honestly don't do it for attention. God knows I don't do it for attention. I certainly don't do it for the applause. I do it because I believe that that is what I'm called to do. I believe that that is it, it is a major call on my life, and that I need to do an even better job, a better job at sharpening what he has given me. The ability to talk, the ability to share, the ability to be creative. I believe he's given me the ability to do all of these things, right? And so in order to really step in the fullness and the greatness of God is to carry out what he's given me the gift to do and get better at it. So with that being said, I'm really looking forward to being a full-time student in Bible school. I know it's gonna be tough. I think it's the master's program that I'll be doing, because I already have I don't have a bachelor's, I have an associate's. But I believe that I believe the way that the way that it's set up, it's like 120 hours accredited. And I believe that I'll be able to, take on this mountain of education. I believe I'll be able to do it, and by the grace of God. So it's going to elevate my preaching, elevate my sermon prep, elevate everything that I do. And you know what? I'm gonna say this. I am not opposed to becoming a pastor of another church. What do you mean? What about creation? I'm always be a part of creation. But I'm just saying that if the Lord led me to it, I don't know, but it would have to literally be an act of God, like completely, because I'm not actively filling out an application to become a pastor anywhere. Plus, I would have to finish school first. I would have to finish school first, and that's like 4 years. So this is a 4-year institution where I would be earning a master's degree in theological studies, or theology, a master's in theology. Long hours, and so need a job to be able to balance that out. And so starting a business, and the particular business that I'm in would be amazing. It would be amazing. So, but anyway, that's all I wanted to really say, y'all. I just wanted to, because I need to start studying. I have to take a test tomorrow. My wife is right now taking a test, and I'm in the car waiting for her to finish a test for her particular license. not her driver's license, but a different license. I don't want to share too much right now. We can share that later. But I'm praying that she does an amazing job. I had a dream that she passed the test like today. I had a dream. I don't know why I dreamt about it, but I did. And then when I told her about it later, she told me that the grade that I said that she got in my dream is the grade that she got on the practice test. And so I don't know if that was a sign or symbol or what, but sometimes I'll have dreams that are like super accurate, right? So, but anyway, I hope y'all are doing well, because ain't nobody talking to me in the chat. She said that was her birthday. Must be talking about November 1st. But yeah, that's about it, y'all. I just wanted to catch up. I just wanted to let y'all know. And apologize for not getting on Friday, but that was the reason why I missed Friday, is because I was taking the tour of the school. And it was a blessing. It was a blessing. And I need community, y'all. I need community. There's nobody else that pours into me like that. Like I pour into everybody else. And so I'm gonna have to start taking the time to get poured in. So I'm thinking of looking for a church just to go to, so that my kids can have some fellowship, some fellowship with other kids in their youth. And I also want to study a particular church, right? I want to study a church to see how they move, see what the system is, see what it's supposed to be, like how they should be. And if it's not right, I want to take note of it. I really want to explore a church here in Dallas. I don't know what church to go to. Shoot, if they had church on campus on Sundays, I would go there, because the word wasn't too bad. So I was thinking about trying out a couple of churches, taking my family to a church. But we'll see. We'll see what that looks like, because I don't really trust churches like that, because not all of them be preaching the gospel. Sometimes they have weirdos in these churches, and so we want to be careful about how we go. So, because I know everybody else is going to a church, everybody else getting double portions. There's folks that try to be members in two places at one time. But yeah, I just want to go and check out a church. Now, I was thinking about doing it tomorrow, checking out a church tomorrow. They have an 11 a.m. service, and not that many people show up to our morning services, but maybe I might stick with 6 p.m. service on Sundays, while everybody's, maybe preparing for the day. But I like the fact of having service in the morning, so you don't have to worry about it later, or you can just go in the morning. But we'll see. Might go check out a church tomorrow. I got to take my test tomorrow at 2. So if we do, we're going to get in and get out. But I want my kids to go and experience a children's ministry. See what the children's ministry is doing. See what the young adult ministry is doing, to also grow a community. Got to be able to grow a community outside of what's going on, outside of what we have going on, which is all online and indoors. But we got to go outside sometimes. So we're gonna try that out. We're gonna see what's happening with some of these churches in the neighborhood. All right. But listen, it's been about 24 minutes since I got on. People got on, got off. I'm not really saying too much that's exciting, which is cool. It's fine. But make sure you are locked in for service. Make sure you're locked in for service in the morning at 9 a.m. and then 6 p.m. So, stay tuned. All right, Sister Fran. Minister Tony. God bless y'all. God bless whoever's watching. I pray that you have a wonderful, blessed night. And I will see you in the morning. All right. Thank you, you too, Sister Darnell. Have a good one. Have a good one. Have a blessed one. Have a blessed one. I'll see y'all tomorrow morning. So join in for the word. All right. Love y'all. Peace.